Do you have headphones in?
I do.
Oh my God, I didn't even know. You fooled even me, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, it's hiding in my hair.
And who am I, you might ask? The one who was fooled and is fiddling with controls right now? Why, I'm Bob Doyle.
And I'm Tracy Samlow.
And just in case, oh wait a minute, I don't have it up on the screen, so there's no possible way for you to know. There we go, now up in the corner. And we're going to be reminded in song in just like 2 seconds the name of the show. Let's listen.
It's the Bob Doyle Show. It's the Bob Doyle Show.
And our ladies are in the correct corner now.
Yeah. Lots of years in radio talking up to the post. Where you talk over the intro right when they start to sing. I don't think they do that anymore. I don't know what they do. I don't listen to the radio anymore. How about you?
Nope.
That was a short interview. That was a really short interview. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VR Thursday.
And today we're going to play.
And that is wrong, and I fixed it once, and now I have to fix it again because the name of this thing that we're going to look at is not, in fact, Flow Line. It is Flow... Nope. It is Flowborn, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the name of that too. Thank you. Okay.
Very nice.
Let's look at that again since I spent so much time on getting it right.
Good morning.
Now, before
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Amy.
Before we get started, I think we should face the elephant in the room.
Oh, I love elephants.
We got a little Blue's Clues type of thing happening. Now, as Tracy pointed out, Steve wore green. I think Joe might have worn blue. I'm not real sure.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. It's possible.
But I look at this and I just go, oh my God.
I cannot believe you did that. That's so fun.
Of course you can believe it.
Of course I can.
My whole thing about green screen for years is like I just wanted to do a Blue's Clues thing.
Yeah.
I just thought that's like my sensibilities is to create some sort of Blue's Clues like world, and then do whatever the Bob Doyle shtick. And so this is like I'm looking at this, I'm going, I can't. This is so.
It's
Steve.
so fun.
So who of you watched Blue's Clues? Now I see Amy commenting on it.
Of course.
Your mom is here.
Anyone who's had children in their life.
Yeah, she's saying. She also said, "Where's Waldo?" which is fine, but I like
Where's
Blue's
Waldo?
Clues on
Yeah.
this one
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So who else watched Blue's Clues? You guys, come on, 1, 2. It's not Musical Monday.
My kids.
It's not Musical Monday, and this is going to keep happening, and that spelling's going to be wrong every time.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this happening? We need a clue. Okay. Well, maybe
That's
if
so
we.
funny. Yeah, my kids watched Blue's Clues. It was fun.
But you know that. So when Steve left the show, do you remember that? Were you guys watching then?
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember the drama behind it or what
Well,
happened.
it's not. Well, he went to college. Steve went to college.
Oh.
And Steve Burns, the guy who played Steve, went on to have a musical career, at least for a little while.
That's very cool.
And his first album, called "Songs for Dust Mites," is one of my favorites. And I just found it the other day on YouTube, of all things. And I listened to it again. It was a time machine, man.
Wow, I don't know anything about this.
I'll have to play you a couple of key tracks.
That'd be great.
Really, he's a big fan of the Flaming Lips, and the Flaming Lips people produced it, and it's got that vibe. Really cool.
Neat.
Mm-hmm. But Joe, he just was walking into way too big of shoes. Blue shoes. Hey, you know what? We can't just sit around here and keep talking without doing this first. Look at this blue again. That's a theme.
Oh, we have a theme going today.
Oh, look, and so is the mug from which I'm drinking my coffee.
Mine is not, but that's okay.
But you have blueberry lavender.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Your mom's never heard of Blue's Clues and she doesn't remember it. Well, you know what, though? Yeah, I could see, because...
Okay. Yes, I suppose that's true. It wasn't around when I was a kid, certainly. And it probably missed Catherine and Deborah.
Yeah, so...
It was right there in the middle. Max saw.
Right, because Anthony's 16, Amber's 12, so yeah, Mom would have missed it.
But you know, Steve always had that little sense of humor about him. That's why adults liked it too.
Yeah.
And Joe didn't. He just didn't have that same whatever. And they also had him say goofy stuff. Like at some point, like he's like, "Toes, where are your toes?" I mean, it's like, why are you making Joe an idiot? You know, the poor guy had to say lines like, "Where are you?" Steve never had to do that.
I don't remember.
Steve would
the
never
detail
have
that
allowed
was.
himself to have those lines because, you know, he ended up being a producer in that show.
Steve?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. He went in there as talent and then just took it over.
That's
So
very
it was
cool.
like I know, it's a cool story, the Blue's
That's
Clues
a
story.
very cool story. I'm sure they're still out there. I don't think they're producing
Yes,
them
it was.
anymore. But
It was. No, I'm sure it's not. It's a childhood program about Steve, this kid who lives in this sort of cartoon world. And when I say kid, he was in his 20s, but he was supposed to be some nondescript sort of teenagey. I don't know what he was.
Yeah, it was pretty odd actually.
And he had a pet dog named Blue, and they would solve things. They would find things, whatever. There was Blue's Clues. I
Clues.
can't remember. There was a thing you had to look for the clues throughout the show.
Yeah, I don't.
And then there was a big paw print, which if I had had enough time, I would have thrown together some kind of paw print thing. Maybe next time. Every time I wear this shirt,
Yes.
that's going to happen. And
We
we're gonna
had, you know what I remember is that we had this like little draw pad thing, and it was a doodle, and it was Blue's Clues, and when you hooked it up to the TV, it would, you know, you could see what you were writing, and it had this lovely little tune. It was like a doodle doodle doodle, a doodle doodle doodle, and so we ended up nicknaming Amber, which she hates now, but Doodle.
Is that where that came from?
That was part of the whole thing because that was right at that era, and we whatever. And then she's Doodle.
Wow. First of all, I want someone to take that clip from what just happened on this show where she's going a doodle doodle, and I just went looped. I just want to be able to drop that in.
Oh,
whatever.
let's not do that.
Come on. Somebody.
No.
All right, I'll do it myself.
Okay. Of course you will.
You're clearly not going to take it on.
Nope.
Yeah. So no, Blue's Clues was awesome,
Yeah.
and you know, the sense of humor. There were other characters. There wasn't just Blue. There was a chair
Oh, right.
that they sat in.
Yeah. And didn't the dresser do something too? Or there was a dresser. I just don't remember.
Man, I'm drawing.
Or
a blank.
mailbox.
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 Yes.
Mailbox did something.
Yes.
Mailbox talked. And so did the salt and pepper shaker.
Of course. And
Yes,
They had
Mrs.
Mrs.
and Miss-
and Pepper, and then they had little Paprika.
Hey. Oh my heavens, this is so fun. Yeah, this was a rabbit hole I didn't know we were
Walter
doing.
says side table. Was there a side table that
Side
talked to-
table! Side table! Yes!
I love this.
Oh, this is way fun. Ah, that's where it came from? I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. Well, that was part of it. You know, there was I think the song more so than the actual, like, you know, drawing of it or whatever, because she was super little.
We nicknamed our second daughter after a Sesame Street song that Grover sang called Wubba 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 is a monster song, and so she was Wubba for a while. Then we changed it to Whooby, and then it was just Woobs, straight up Woobs, until she was like annoyingly in high school and beyond. I just, you know,
And still.
nobody else called her that except for, you know, me.
Right. And what does your cell phone say?
Huh?
Your cell phone
What is my cell phone?
say?
Woobs. Took me a second to process that
Yeah.
question. What's your cell
Amber
phone
was
say?
also
Moo?
tiny. We also called her Tiny.
Well, Deborah was originally Peanut.
Okay,
That didn't
yeah.
last. But I had a whole
Anthony was
song
Monkey
written about
and Biscuit.
Monkey Biscuit.
Yeah. I called him Monkey for the most part.
Monk Filet.
You know what? And that came from Curious George, because he was about, I don't know, 2-3 years old, something like that. You know, old enough to take to a movie theater, and it's probably about 3. Curious George, the movie came out, and it was the first film I'd taken him to, and the character of Curious George in that film is Anthony at that moment in his life. I mean, it was Anthony. All of the mannerisms, the curiosity, all of it. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. So he's so cute.
Don't you come here for the origin stories, right? And
Right.
we deliver.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so actually it is VR Thursday.
It is. I have a VR helmet on my lap.
And I've wasted 10 minutes of everybody's time.
You
We did
did.
it together as a team.
Oh. Sorry, guys.
No, we just wanted to pad this because
Also the clock. Yeah.
we're. Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Whoops.
I have to go back. Anyway, all right.
Yes.
Now, if all goes well, we're going to share a program with you called Flowborn. It is a free app available for the Oculus Quest.
Which is this device.
It is a meditative app, and we're going to I'm going to just share the reason I just kind of padded this a bit is because this is all we're going to share, and it's going to go as long as Tracy wants to, because it's a meditative sort of a thing, and since we all know that we're kind of a Zen audience, we've learned this from Musical Monday. You guys like to just chill and relax with us and all that. This would be a good one maybe for if you watch this on your big screen TV, because there's going to be the visuals that are really super relaxing, and the idea behind it is that you're in this sort of surrealistic land, which I'll show you, but the movement through the land is done by your breathing, and so she will control how quickly she moves through and those types of things. So there's a little tiny story behind it. It just takes a few screens to look at, but are the controllers, where are the
Right here.
controllers? Okay. We're going to hope now that as she puts this on,
Hope.
let's first if we see if we,
Hold on.
yeah, let's get her. She's got to get all hydrated before she goes in.
Yep.
Got this coffee and all this. So we're just again we're
All
just
right, here goes
we're
nothing.
gonna hold our fingers like in this position, and then do this a couple of times while she fixes her hair, and then when she gets in there, come on now, I'm just waiting for you. And get weirder and weirder the longer you wait. All right.
Guardian not found.
Oh no, not that.
That's okay. I know how to do this.
Okay, yes, please do. And just go into stationary mode and let me know when you're done.
Okay, hold on.
And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we waited a little too long or something. Okay, good news is it is sending the image, and so when she's back in there, she's confirming floor level right now.
Do I need to do that, or can I just do stationary?
No, you have to go ahead and confirm floor level, and then defining
Switch
the
to
player.
stationary?
Switch to stationary mode is what she's doing right now. And there you go. Welcome to the wonderful world of Flowborn. Let's make sure.
Oh, this is pretty. Can everybody see me, or see what I see?
Yes.
This is
And
really neat.
we're over in the corner. So now, yeah, look around a bit. And then we're going to go through the screens. And if you can remember, it's not mandatory.
says something about
Yeah,
it.
you don't. That's credits. You don't have to worry about any of that. So you can mostly look forward most of the time. Now, if you'll just remember that if you look down a little bit more than you normally would, it's going to show up a little bit better. All right, so go ahead and show the prologue so we can walk folks through this kind of
see what
story.
you're saying. So
And why don't you use your best Tracy voice and read what it says?
Oh. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Una. Although she had everything she could imagine, she was unhappy, stressed out, and worried. One day, a wise man living in her village gave her a remarkable advice. If you wish to find true happiness, you have to find your breath. That's lovely.
Okay, and now click on through.
Gave her a remarkable advice.
Yes, there's a little bit.
Yeah, text.
You can pick up the pace a bit.
My editing gig kicked in. And thus Una set out on a magical journey through vast foreign landscapes and ancient temples. Her travels took her far away from home, and she had to go through many lessons. But in the end, she finally discovered the secret of the breath.
Okay, I'm going to ask. I should have asked her this before. So just be aware that every move you make, it moves. So if you can hold your head as still as possible while you're reading, it'll be
fine.
nicer for the people at home so they don't vomit all over the place. Okay.
Okay. Centuries have passed since. The world and the secret of the breath are long forgotten. But fortunately, Una has left tiny traces for her successors to relive her journey. If you follow her path mindfully, you encounter her memories and insights, and who knows, eventually you may discover the secret of the breath yourself.
All right, proceed.
Excellent.
Go ahead and put part 1.
Chapter chapter 1.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the first part of the Flowborn, you re-experience how Eunice set out on her journey over the endless hills of her homeland. At first, traveling felt unfamiliar to her, and she needed some time to accommodate. But soon she got the hang of it and noticed that with every breath, she became more and more relaxed.
All right.
All right.
There's just a little bit of this learning up front, boys and girls, but I wanted you to understand what she was going to experience and how it worked. So, hope you're in receive story mode.
Welcome to the tutorial. Hold trigger button to proceed. The trigger button. Or not.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Ooh, that looks pretty. It looks like a paddle.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can see that? Okay. Oh, it's when I hold it. Okay, but it's not.
Yeah. Just, this should just, there you go. Just pull the trigger.
Oh, I did, but it didn't do the thingy. In Floborn, you follow Eunice's path until you encounter her lesson at the end of each level. Along the path, watch out for Eunice's thoughts written on the walls. That's fun.
You'll like that.
Along the path, you will notice magic bubbles, which enclose Eunice's impressions and memories. Open the bubbles to your left and right by gazing at them until they pop. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go to look at. There's 2 to look at.
Oh, bubbles.
Yeah, and just look at them
Oh,
until
I see.
they there you
Pop.
go, and then do the other one. There's another one on to the lower. There you go.
Oh, to the right. Fun! To follow Eunice's path, you will make use of abdominal breathing, which is tracked via the VR controller. Please sit back and find a relaxed and comfortable body posture.
All right, so that's why I put this pillow behind you.
I see.
So just scoot back
Okay.
and lean back. And be comfortable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, when you read these instructions, look down a little bit more than you normally would, so that they can see what you're looking at.
Okay.
So yeah, all right. So go ahead and proceed.
To follow Eunice's path, you will make use. Oh, I just read that. So hold trigger button. Okay. Are we good?
Yeah. All right. So there's the instructions.
Okay. Rest the palm of your hand gently on your belly. Which palm? So this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that the texturized bottom of the breath tracker hemisphere lies flat on your abdomen.
Just
Sure.
yeah, that's fine.
Got it. Okay. The controller vibrates softly, which I feel, when ready to detect your breathing. Excellent. Imagine a balloon inside your belly. While you inhale, you inflate the balloon. Your belly expands outwards. While you exhale, you slowly let the balloon deflate. Your belly flattens inwards again. Nice. It is very common to experience difficulties when you first practicing abdominal breathing. You are likely breathing through your chest. Take your time, experiment, and try to consciously move your belly with every breath.
See, we're learning about belly breathing, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, it's good yoga things.
Okay, continue.
As you inhale through your belly, Eunice's path gradually becomes visible in front of you. As long as you exhale and deflate your belly, a magic force moves you forward along the path. I love all this magic. The longer you inhale, the more clearly the path is revealed, and the stronger the forward force during the following exhale is. The longer you exhale, the longer you move forward along the path. Press and hold the trigger button whenever you want to stop moving. So this trigger,
Yeah,
okay.
you'll never use that.
Oh, so I don't really need this one. Okay. Use the joystick to, okay, so this thing, rotate left and right. Got it. Now breathe through your belly and let the journey begin.
Okay, and again, if I can just ask you to look down a little bit more than you naturally would, because otherwise they can't see what's happening. All right, so the path is those little dots that are going out in front of her, and as she exhales, that path sort of shows itself, and then as the slower she exhales, I may have said that wrong, inhaling shows the path. Exhaling slowly moves her forward. So how do you like that?
It's very cool.
So I'm not going to make her talk much because the whole idea is to get into the rhythm of the breathing and really get oxygenated, because you sort of get rewarded with it. Now see that bubble there, if she's
Yeah.
you want to look at those bubbles so that they expand and they just kind of add a nice little visual component.
Ooh.
How you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of times in VR you can, feel a little motion sickness when you're not in control, but because your breath is controlling the movement, once you get the sense of what it feels like to control it, you forget that the controller has anything to do with this, because the movement is so subtle with these exhales. You can really just exhale so slowly that you would think that there would be no detectable movement, and yet it does detect it, and it moves you along this little roller coaster type trail. And she can look to her left and right. She can even, if she was in a chair or whatever that could spin all around, which is the optimal way to do these types of things, she could actually be looking around and still move along the path. So it'd be like she was in a car looking out the back window, but she's controlling the movement. And so there's just something that happens in your biology and your physiology when you really synchronize with the fact that you are doing this and that you're controlling that whole experience. And it's just a really, it's hard to describe what she's experiencing if you're not in it, because it's a three-dimensional thing and you're looking at, a kind of a cartoony looking 2D thing, but perhaps you can get a sense. And because that slower breathing calms your body in a different way, you really get rewarded with a more fun experience when you really control your breathing, which is the point of what this is about.
Getting a little lightheaded is fun.
Yes, where were we talking about this? I think maybe it was in an interview, I don't know. But about using breathing, not just to take a couple of breaths or 3 breaths, but enough breathing where you actually feel the tingle in your body. A little bit of lightheadedness, not like you're hyperventilating,
Right.
but just the tingle that comes with your cells being woken up with a lot of oxygen and the blood flow and everything else that's happening as a result of you getting into this deeper and sustained breathing. Not to mention, if I wasn't talking in her ear constantly, how present she would get in these moments, and how you do just forget everything, and you become extremely, I'm gonna say mindful, but you're just there. So all the benefits of meditation and such are in there, and it's like you don't really want to close your eyes. You just want to be there, and there's messages in there about letting go. And as you progress through the chapters, there's a few more things to look at. The visuals do a little bit more and all of that. But it's the same. It's basically the same idea. But I just love it. And it's free, which
That's
was
great too.
which was mind-boggling because this is definitely commercial quality. And I think there's more chapters coming. I haven't finished them all. This is chapter 1. I'm on chapter 5. And the scenarios, like I said, the one I'm in now has, excuse me, like ocean sounds and ocean waves and fish jumping out of the lakes and stuff.
Bunny.
It's just, that's right. They can't really see it because you have to look down a little bit more. But there you go.
Funny.
Yeah, whatever you want in the center of the screen has to be a little above center for you.
I'm looking down.
I wish.
Like
I
see
know
the-
it's.
yeah,
I
it's
know.
weird.
I wish it was different.
So why am I going back? Oh, because normally I would be turned.
It's interesting. This music, specifically, is using a sound on the synthesizer sound that is being used, especially at the beginning, is the exact same one I use on my passion meditation and my you attract meditation. It's actually the same music track, and it feels, whenever I do this, it feels like I'm listening to my own music because it's
how fun is that?
it's so similar.
Can I guess I just have to turn because I'm.
Well, no, remember the joystick will turn you.
Oh, right. Oh, yes.
It's
you
kind of a
said that.
snap turn type of thing.
Where did we go? I lost it.
So you can always hold down the Oculus button, to reset your view. You remember which one that is? And just hold it down. There. So now you know you're looking what should be kind of straight ahead. So then just reset with your exhale, or maybe it's not because you turned. Oh, did you get to the end?
Maybe?
Oh, maybe that's what happened.
Okay.
Well, all right. Do you want to come out?
I went from chapter 1 to chapter 4.
That's a glitch. There should be a back link down at the bottom where you can go back to your earlier chapters. Do you want to keep going, or?
Well, the second part says the Bay of Belief. So
Yeah. Well, you could. You know what? Jump ahead. Jump ahead to
Sure.
chapter 5 where I am. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's the same exact
In the
mechanism.
second part of Floborn,
You don't have to
encounter
read it. You could just do it.
Fine.
Although you did get comments saying that you should do meditation voiceover, like yes, of course. So there's just a reminder of the instructions on how to do it.
Okay.
Check in with your
I
comments.
should do
as well.
voiceover?
Yeah, you.
I
Want to
do
be where
voice-
Tracy is,
I
Jason
do
says.
voiceover.
Yeah, Tracy says she needs to set up a $5 gig for meditation voiceover. That's what Walter said.
I ought to.
Okay.
Woo, fishy!
So go just for fun, take a really deep breath in, and then just go as slow as you possibly can on the exhale. And see how long of a ride you can take. Because when I first started doing it, I wasn't going slow, so I was just kind of going shorter distances. But look at her go. See, that's all just one, and she can keep pushing and pushing and
Yeah,
pushing.
that was one breath.
Yep.
Where'd the... Oh, there it is.
And that's that's how you sort of gamify the experience. Is like, how far can I go? And as you can hear, the music's just freaking perfect. But I don't know. I haven't tested it with the sound lounge yet to see if any of the lower tones will drive the bed. Although it should be going through it right now, so I should be feeling it if it was. Is everybody asleep now? Excuse me. That was horrifying. Great meditative experience, Bob.
It's great.
I like the coughing and the phlegm the most.
Okay, when I laugh, it doesn't go anywhere.
So, we show you this stuff from the Quest all the time, and I don't know how many of you would even consider getting a Quest, but hopefully we have shown you that VR is about much more than games, and that the benefits and the experiences you can have, especially when you can't really go anywhere these days. Well, I guess people are doing it anyway.
Yeah, Bob, it's really just us.
Yeah. But, for a few $100s to be able to buy something like this, that you can have these types, and this is a free program, so you wouldn't even have to spend any more money to have this and Cosmic Flow, the other one that Tracy absolutely loves.
My freaking favorite.
And it's just something to consider, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, yesterday I went back to this and I was like, because I had only done the first chapter, I said, well, let me spend a little more time with it because I'm going to put Tracy on it tomorrow in the show. And then I just was so hooked. I was just like one after another after another. Look at that. Jellyfish. What's the wall say?
I exhale, and I realize what a wonderful moment it is.
She just can't, like her voice just goes into that. It's got that layer of butter on it.
pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, Jason, there's no link necessarily for this because, I mean,
Yeah,
like you buy the Oculus Quest at Best Buy or wherever Oculus Quests are sold,
Yeah, we don't have an agreement with that.
and then this software, you actually have to load another piece of software on your computer called SideQuest because this is an independently developed program and it's not available in the Oculus store. So there's just a little thing you have to do to be able to get this and many other free programs that are awesome too. It's worth doing. Yeah, well, as my
It's a
mother
300
points out,
wish list
if your
item.
computer's old, it might not even support a good VR set. Well, again, this is not dependent on a computer necessarily. Well, I guess I just said for the SideQuest
Yeah,
stuff.
you need to be able to load SideQuest at least. How long is this?
I don't know. You can come out at any time.
Okay, well.
You want to call yourself complete on this? It's 8:31.
Is everybody else done?
Everybody's out. Yes. Oh, look! Everybody just applauded as if to say, "Okay, we're done with this."
That was so kind. Okay, hold on.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, she's going to come back to reality by
Putting these down.
putting these down and taking that off.
Oh, I'm gonna have VR head and
Yeah.
face.
Well, let's see.
Okay, well.
Well, we can get right out. Oh wait, let me get rid of this.
Ooh,
Oh, you
that's
can't.
fun.
You can't even tell.
Uh-huh.
You can't even tell.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's 30 minutes.
That was fun.
And we did. Where's my? There it is, way back in the background. We did
Thank
VR
you for
and
joining me.
everything.
That was a good journey. I
And we
had a
played with-
blast.
We played with.
Blues Clues.
That's right. We played. Had a little fun.
Yes.
And a little. We're back in time.
It was very fun.
Okay. Well, tomorrow's Luscious Living Friday, and I promise you, she's not
It'll
going to
be
let me get through the
luscious.
day without knowing for sure what we're doing tomorrow. So you can just be. You rest assured. You can rest
Right.
assured that we're
Yes.
going to do something
Luscious.
tomorrow,
Join us 8 a.m. tomorrow Pacific.
or else.
Love you guys. Have an awesome day. See you soon.